Hello, welcome. It's Alyson here, and today I'm going to introduce you to a 10-minute session that you can do, particularly if you are desk-based. So if you sit a lot during the day, probably over a computer, a laptop, then this will be ideal for you. We're going to be focusing on the 5 main areas that you might sort of be aware of in your seated position. So it'll be shoulders, upper mid-back, lower back, hip flexors, and your gluteal muscles. So this is a short sequence or range of postures and movements that you could do at any time of day. For this session, you'll need a yoga mat and also a knee pad or a cushion, a thin cushion or a folded jumper, and maybe something a bit firmer or bigger to sit on, like a slightly bigger cushion. We'll start off sitting. So if you like to sit on a cushion, you could sit under that. You could sit cross-legged or kneeling or anything else that feels comfortable. And remember to be mindful of how you're feeling in your body today. So if you've got any issues and something doesn't feel right, then just ease off. Maybe don't do that particular thing and then rejoin. Okay, so start by sitting comfortably, and we'll take a moment just to relax and focus. Let your hands rest on your legs or your lap, and maybe let the eyes close. Take a moment to tune into how you're feeling at the moment in the physical body, how the mind is, if it's focused or wearing away, and what the breath feels like. Just allow your focus to stay on the breath very lightly, so we're aware of the in-breath and the out-breath. And then bring your awareness back to the shape around you or the space around you. And then open the eyes. Okay, good. The first movement that we're going to do will be working the shoulders and the upper mid-back and your lower back as well. You can sit comfortably, that might be kneeling or cross-legged. We're going to start with the arms out wide at shoulder height. We're going to do this little movement of 3 times. So first of all, have an inhale, reach into your fingertips. Exhale, round your back, close the palms together in front of you and let your back be rounded as you look down at your knees or the feet or the floor in front of you. Breathe here, so have a full breath. And then when you're ready for your next inhale, we're going to inhale, open the arms wide, lift the front of the chest, finish your inhale and just hold the breath for a moment. Lift the front of the chest. Good. And then exhale, release, round your spine, close the palms together with the arms long, reaching in front of you. Look down at the floor and breathe. So maybe 1 or 2 breaths here. And then on your next inhale, we're going to inhale, open the arms wide, lift the front ribs, lift the breastbone, lift the chin slightly, hold the breath after the inhale. Good, final one. We'll exhale, close the palms together, arms are long, upper back is slightly rounded. We look down at the floor, you could close the eyes. Have 1 or 2 breaths here. And then next inhale, open the arms wide, lift the front of the body, slight back bend, lift the chin, hold the breath. Good, and then exhale, release the arms down. So you might feel that's quite strong in your arms, but it's working your shoulders, your upper back, and also the lower back. Okay. We're going to take what I call butterfly wings now. So you can stay in your comfortable seated position. If you were cross-legged, you might like to change the cross of the legs the other way so that your hips are equally have a time the equal way round. Okay, so butterfly wings, we interlace the fingers and place them on the back of your head, not your neck, but the base of your skull. Okay, so you're kind of cupping the back of your head. Our elbows are pointing out to the side. We're going to breathe here. Okay, and then inhale and exhale, close the elbows together in front of the face. And then inhale, open the elbows, lift the front of the chest a bit like we were just doing, and then close. So we close the elbows towards each other and then open up. Inhale, open. Take the elbows further back than is what you would normally do, and we'll keep going. Okay, so in time with your own breath, closing and opening, bringing in not only the shoulders, but your upper mid back as well. So feel like you're lifting the front of the chest when you open, and you're slightly rounding as you go forwards and close the elbows. Take a couple more here, really opening up through the elbows, which is working your shoulders. Finish there, the one that you're doing, and then exhale, release the arms back down. That might be quite strong in your shoulders and your upper mid back, depending on your levels of tightness here. Okay, we're going to come over now onto kneeling. So this might be where you want to use a knee pad, like something thin, like a small cushion or a folded jumper or blanket. Pop that under the knees if you like, you don't have to. And come over onto all fours just to start with, and then come up into high kneeling. With crescent lunge, we'll step forwards with one leg, about 50 centimeters or so in front of you, and take a moment to slide forwards with the hips and the pelvis and come back up, and see if you would like to move your foot from where it was. Your knee can go over the ankle. It's actually okay for you to do that. Okay, so we're going to be bringing in the arms and the back as well. So we'll inhale, lift your arms up to the ceiling, and then exhale, glide your pelvis forwards and down. Lift the front of the ribs and look up, maybe towards the hands, or if your neck isn't happy, look forwards. Now this is working not only your shoulders and your upper mid back and your lower back into a bit of a back bend, but you'll feel it on your hip flexors on the leg that's going back behind you. One more breath here, and then exhale, come upright, relax the arms, change your legs over. So come into high kneeling, take a moment here, step forwards with the other leg this time. We'll take a couple of movements forward just to check that you've got the foot in the right place for your length of your muscles and bones and body. Okay, and then we'll inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, glide forwards and down, and feel it on the hip flexor on the other leg, the leg that's behind you and that's going backwards. Lift the front of the body. If you want more back bend, you kind of imagine your shoulder blades leaning back over a big beach ball behind you. Keep the chin tucked in, looking forwards, or turn to look up towards the hands. Crescent lunge. One more breath, and then we'll exhale, relax your arms down, come back into all fours, and you can always just rest back in a seated kneeling position from here, or you could take child's pose, catch your breath. Okay, good. And then from here we're going to lie down on the floor on our front into Sphinx posture. So from there, from that kneeling position, bring yourself down. If you have very sore lower back and this is too much of a dip, you could use your thin pad or cushion under the pelvis to take a bit of the dip out of the lower back. So Sphinx posture, we come up onto the elbows, have the forearms on the floor, palms down probably, and lift the head up towards the ceiling and lift the front ribs forwards as if you were trying to get your rib cage vertical. So that's kind of the movement of direction of travel that we're working towards. So we keep the chin tucked in slightly so you're not overstraining your neck in the back of your neck. We're looking forwards, just a comfortable distance in front of you. Front of the body is lifting. If it feels too intense in the lower back, we can move the elbows a little further forwards, a few inches or centimeters, and have the same kind of lift up through the front of the body, but there's less dip in your lower back. Okay, rest down, relax your head. We'll take windscreen wiper legs. So you bend your legs at your knees and then lower them towards the floor on one side and then the other. About halfway over is enough. And this is really nice for your lower back, just letting it rock from side to side. Okay, good. And then from there, slowly push back up. We're going to come over into a seated position now. And you could be seated on your block if you like, your cushion underneath you, if that's helpful. Give you a lift out of the hips. We'll finish with Ardha Matsendrasana, half Lord of the Fishes, which will be focusing more on your gluteal muscles. So keep both legs out and straight in front of you. Bend up your right knee and step your foot on the outside of your left leg. Now, you can use your hand to draw the knee closer towards you, or you could use your elbow to hook around that knee, and we add in the twist. So we turn around to the right side and look over your right shoulder. Keep breathing here. Okay, slowly come back, undo the legs. We'll step over with the left leg. So the left foot steps over the right leg. You can hold on with the right hand or the right elbow on that top knee. Take your left hand behind and go round into your twist. And see if you can sense it on your left buttock muscle and your gluteal muscles here. Breathe here. Good. And then come back to the middle. And then choose a comfortable seated position. We'll close just with a moment of calming breathing. So a relaxed seated position. We'll hold one hand or let it rest on the belly or, lower chest area. So roughly where your belly button is. Let the hand rest there and sense the breathing. If you can move into belly breathing. So as you breathe in, try and make the hand move out as the hand moves and as the belly expands. And as you exhale, tummy button and the hand come in. So when we inhale, we're filling with air, so the hand moves. And as you breathe out, the hand and the belly button come in as we get rid of all the breath that we can. Stay in touch with your breath. Calming belly breathing. Okay, one more breath. After the exhale, relax the hand. Take a moment to become aware again of the space around you. And if the eyes were closed, you could reopen the eyes. Okay, thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed that 10-minute, well, slightly more than 10 minutes, then I also have a 30-minute one and an hour class, all of which are focused on those 5 key areas for working, those areas that are good if you do sit a lot at a desk or a table. Thank you very much.